So what are the characteristics of a typically functioning voice? In other words, what are the characteristics that we as teachers look for in a singing voice that is your baseline? It should be your baseline of where you should be every single day. We're not experiencing any issues. This is just how you sound. So obviously this is going to look different for every single singer because every singer's anatomy is different. But as SLPs, we view this as a coordination of the three subsystems of the voice: breath, phonation, resonance. So the first one is that obviously we want to be loud enough to be heard. So too soft, there's not enough adduction in the phonation. Too loud, you're probably pushing way too much. Next one is we want the voice to be produced hygienically and safely every time we use it. Without proper hygiene, there's no voice to work with. And also, if you're always screaming all the time, or if you're talking in your valley girl, or if you talk with too much air, or if you're really pushing every single time you talk, none of those are safe habits to be using. Now, this next one might be obvious, but we want the singing voice to be pleasantly sounding, right? All of the coordinated systems is when we get all the tension away and rely on our breath, phonation, and resonance to give us that pleasant sounded sweet spot that we as an audience feel when a performer hits. So the next characteristic of a typical voice is flexibility in the singing voice to portray the emotion or character of the piece that we are singing. This is an area where we can put technique not to the side. We're still going to focus on technique, of course, always, but we let the artistry as a musician come out. And we want the flexibility in the voice to give you that character so that we as an audience feel it as well as hear it. Now, this last characteristic of a typical voice for you is you as a singer need to be representing you faithfully. This comes into play when my singers come into lessons and they're mimicking an artist that they found on YouTube, on Spotify, whatever it is, and they're mimicking their sound. So of course there are going to be benefits to always looking into different artists and what they're doing, but in general, we want to be promoting how you sound. We're going to bring those examples in and make them work for you. So all these characteristics are obviously going to be different for every single singer that you come into contact with. But the biggest thing to note here is that we want to be promoting you and your healthiest sound, which is going to be tension away and very coordinated system of the voice.